Okay, good morning. Since Chris said we can go now, we're ready. I'd like to welcome everybody to the October 24th, 2024 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here?
Here.
Here. Are there any conflict of interest statements?
Nope.
Nope.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of October 10th, 2024?
Motion to approve those minutes.
I second.
Hold on, I have 17th also, is that? Okay, let me reread that again, because I misread it, or misseen it, one or the other. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of October 17th, 2024?
Motion to approve those minutes.
I second them.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Bid openings, I don't see any. Number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives.
Just an update.
Mr. Button.
Good morning to the board.
Morning.
We had a meeting yesterday with county on County Bridge 363 on Kennedy Avenue. They're experiencing some delays. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'll keep the board informed on what's happening. When they lifted the bridge up, they found that one of the metal pieces is corroding away, and they're trying to figure out the solution to that. So it could extend the closure on Kennedy for a period. I don't know for how long yet until they evaluate those, but I'll keep the board informed.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from department heads or their representatives? Okay, moving on to correspondence. Letter A, correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting the approval of officers Eric Manvich and David Zamora to receive evidence technician specialty pay effective October 11th, 2024.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, correspondence received from Bernard Grisolia, Fire Chief, requesting the approval of the letter of retirement from Captain Angel Solis, who has served the citizens of Hammond for 28 years, effective October 28th, 2024.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter C, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $19,400 of CIB funding to be allocated for the rectangular rapid flashing beacon at the intersection of Chicago Street and Johnson Avenue, and approval for a quote from Midwestern Electric for $19,300 submitted for approval.
This board was approached about a month ago about a concern that a resident had related to students who now have to walk in excess of, or up to as much as 1.5 miles from school because bus service has been discontinued in that extent at the school city. And she came here and she talked to the engineering department, and the concern is that students that have to go to Lincoln School have to cross Chicago Street. There's a hawk signal at Torrance Avenue. Most children are crossing at Johnson. And so the request is that we install this. It's sort of like it's a flashing light right on both sides of the street that the pedestrian can press the button and activate the light. So it's sort of like a hawk signal, but it's solar powered. It's more easy to deploy. And so I got 2 quotes, one from Midwestern, one from Hawk, which is the folks that we normally get quotes from for electrical work like this. And Midwestern Engineering was the lowest quoter by $100. On Monday night, the Capital Improvement Board approved the funding for this project, and so I'd ask for your approval of both the quote by Midwestern and the funding allocation.
Okay, and it was signed by the judge and the mayor and the controller.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. Letter D, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $212,916.60 of CIB funding to be allocated for the Dowling Park storm sewer improvements, relocation, 24-inch water main submitted for approval.
During the course of construction, we found that the water main was in conflict with the storm sewer on Parish. For some reason, the water main was installed 9 feet deep. We didn't expect that, and so when we came to that location, we found that we needed to move the water main, raise the water main up to be able to clear the storm sewer underneath. It's a 60-inch diameter storm, 5-foot diameter Storm sewer, I reached out to the water department and they agreed to cover half of the cost, right? So the full amount of the project is $212,000 and change. So the city and the Capital Improvement Board approved a funding allocation for the full amount, knowing that the water department has pledged the other half. And so the other thing you need to know is that because this is the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers project, the federal funding has been exhausted, right? So any extras are paid 100% by the local sponsor in this case, which is the city of Hammond. And so Monday night, the Capital Improvement Board met to approve the funding allocation, which includes the civil cities portion of, or the CIB's portion of 106, and the water departments. I'd ask for your approval of both payment of the project and for approval of the green sheet.
Okay, and they've been signed by the mayor and the controller.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Letter E, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $604,100 of CIB funding to be allocated for the Kennedy Road Diet construction engineering submitted for approval.
So this is an agreement that we have signed some time ago. It's a local public agency consultant agreement between the city and United Consulting, and that was approved through that electronic document signing process that NDOT requires us to execute. Well, that project is starting soon, and so we needed to set the money aside for funding. This represents the full amount of the construction engineering by United. Hammond's responsibility is 20% of that, so about $120K is Hammond's participation. We need to show the full amount because we need to issue a PO for the full amount. So, but our part of it is really 20%. And so at the advice of the controller, we represent the full amount of the contract so that we can get reimbursed from NDOT the 80% every time we pay the consultant, we prove to NDOT the consultant's been paid and they pay us the 80% back.
Okay.
So it just sort of helps us with cash flow. CIB met Monday night, approved this. The contract's already been approved, as I said, so all we're asking for is your approval of the funding allocation.
Okay, I do want to point out just that one of the green sheets wasn't signed by the controller.
True.
The other one was. I just want to point that out, so. Yeah.
Just oversight.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Letter F, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $315,064 of CIB funding to be allocated for the Columbia Avenue reconstruction, 170th Street to 173rd Street, and the agreement with First Group Engineering submitted for approval.
In 2023, the city received a $2 million grant from the Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission to as one phase of an overall project to reconstruct Columbia Avenue. We selected the middle part of that project, which is 170th to 173rd. There's some pedestrian troublesome spots around that area that we need to try to correct. It's complicated. It's near the school and the church, and so that's part of this solution. There are utilities involved, so we're working on that. We have normally funded 100% of the design work, and that's true in this case. Future projects, we're asking NERC to help us fund design work because our revenue is less, right, from gaming, so we're more reliant on other sources, so we're going to be doing that in the future. But in this case, this is for that project. The construction won't start until late 27 or early 28, but we need to get the engineering going to do the National Environmental Policy Act document, the NEPA document, to get that approved. So that's why that's in there. Funding was approved by the Capital Improvement Board on Monday. It asked for your approval of both the agreement and the funding allocation.
Okay, and they were signed by the controller and the mayor.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Letter G, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting $156,600 of CIB funding to be allocated for the South Avenue sub-area plan and the agreement with HWC Engineering submitted for approval.
At the request of the administration, there's great concern over the pending opening of the South NICD train station on the Westlake line. We sort of have an informal plan of things that we want to do, but it was the administration's request that we do something more formal. And so I reached out to Hammond, Weigel, and Klein engineers. They've done some planning documents for us in the past. So they're definitely suited to do the work. This is the area bounded by State Line, Calumet Avenue, 165th of the Little Calumet River. So that sort of 4th District portion of the area. So it's to evaluate current traffic volumes and predicted traffic volumes based upon the train, and then future development confined within that area, right? And what recommendations could be done based upon sort of past reports and newly developed development plans, right? So there's an issue by where the old Ted Muta property is, where at a mayor's night out, we want to protect the neighborhood, right? So we're sort of going to look into that project as well as part of this work. Funding was approved by the Capital Improvement Board on Monday, so I'd ask for your approval of the contract and the funding allocation.
Are you also looking at Lyman in and around the area? Would that be part of that as well?
Yes, sir, that's confined within that same area, but
You
particularly.
brought up specifically the haunted house. I just wondered specifically, are you also looking at that Lyman issue?
Well, the haunted house was really for development purposes, right? The traffic is in and around the train station as it relates to the NICD opening of the South Hammond station. So, you know, that Southmore neighborhood, right? The area to the south of 173rd, how vehicles are coming into the train and departing from the station, right? How that's all going to sort of look, and what can we do on Lyman or other locations that we may need to protect the neighborhoods.
Okay. It was signed by the mayor and the controller.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Letter H, correspondence received from Dean Button requesting the approval of the Holman Avenue right turn lane change order number 2 with a net decrease of $6,147.98 submitted for approval.
We all like decreasing change,
We do.
decreased change orders or whatever. This is just a balancing change order to close out the project where, we're have less expense. So I'd ask for your approval of the change order.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Letter I, correspondence received from Eileen Ibarra, Special Events Coordinator, requesting the approval for the 2024 Hammond Holiday Parade street closures for December 7th, 2024, with parade route attached.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter J, correspondence received from Steve Spebar, Mayor of City of Whiting, requesting the approval for street closures for the Whiting's annual Christmas parade on December 6, 2024, with parade route attached, and requesting EMA and/or Hammond Police to aid in traffic control.
Yeah, we're on top of that, sir.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Matters from board members? You guys have any garnish you want to add to this?
No, I see the cookies Linda prepared for you are garnished very nicely.
Thank you.
Yes, they are. I agree.
Number 9, new business. Letter A, order to rescind and release order to demolish for property located at 407 165th Street, front and garage.
Mr. Luter has reported to the law department that this has been, and photos show the improvement. It's great, so we'd like to have the order to rescind signed as presented.
Yeah, the only thing was, I know there's findings in order, balance due, according to the owner or the rehabber. The property was sold on Monday, and the title company either sending us a check or we should be receiving a check shortly.
Yeah, so there's, we always try to get the money back that is in there for like cost of publication and certified mail and everything, which is now about $9 an envelope, believe it or not. And so as long as Mr. Luter is comfortable, Linda usually gets the check, and then she'll record it right after she gets the check.
Okay.
Or actually, in this case, I think we're forwarding it to the title company, and they're going to record it. But we'll talk about that. Okay.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, amendment to industrial waste and disposal services contract with Waste Management submitted for approval.
Yes, so the Public Works Department has been very satisfied with their services and would request this to be signed.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter C, notice of violation for property located at 634 Goslin. Good morning.
Good morning, Board. Back in August of '24, myself and Inspector Pajek did an inspection of this property, and during our inspection, we found that there was a basement apartment there. It did not meet minimum ceiling heights, didn't have egress windows, and there was no permits forever for the creation of a basement apartment. We're requesting that the Board order the basement apartment removed. The owners have been cooperating with us. I believe it's already been partially removed as it is, but we haven't been back there for an inspection yet to confirm it's been removed.
Okay. No. We're good.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you. Letter D, right-of-way permits, received from engineering submitted for approval. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. So we have three. Two are just driveway/aprons, and one is for emergency service, water service repair from Norman's Plumbing. So I would recommend approval.
Okay.
Motion
Thank
to
you.
approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter E, late business license hearing, Andrews Automotive, 6048 through 50 Calumet Avenue.
Good morning. Do not see Miss Daisy Andrews, nor, I believe, Mr. Edwards here to represent the property. During my research for this business operation, I did discover that there are a few other years that the property was not licensed. So 2015, 2016, then there was a license issued for 17 through 21, and then 2022 did not have a license entry. And then I would assume we're here for the late fee for 2025. The business is also not registered with the Secretary of State. Seeing as nobody appears on behalf of the business operation, I request that the Board approve sending this to Smith Sussex for collection.
Motion to send to Smith Cersei.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Letter F, garage sale permit submitted for approval. Yep.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 10, old business. I don't see any. Number 11, meetings open to the public. Anybody have anything they want to say?
Chris?
We really don't have any public. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.